Hi everybody, Night Breeze here, and this is, I believe, part 15 of my Advanced Dungeons and Dragons lessons. And we're going to finish off the player classes with the Thief and a kind of offshoot of the Thief Acrobat. So, obviously a thief needs a high dexterity. I mean, you want to be nimble and, well, be able to work that way. So they must have at least a 9 in dexterity. A dexterity higher than 15 gives a plus 10% experience bonus. Now, thieves have to be neutral or evil, though they can be neutral good, and they can be like lawful neutral, or they can be chaotic, chaotic neutral, whatever. Now, most thieves tend towards evil in first edition. They have a 6-sided hit dice, and they're able to wear light, mainly leather armor, and use quite a few weapons. Granted, they only fight a little bit better than magic users, but they can use stealth for one of their major benefits, the backstab. So the thief primary functions is going to be to pick pockets, open locks, find traps, and remove them, move silently, hiding in shadows. It's all pretty self-explanatory, really. And the chance of success is based on their level and their race, their dexterity. But it can be modified by the victim and whatever. So now the finding and removing traps, you have to be actively looking. You're intentionally trying to find the trap, and then you have to try to remove it. Some secondary functions: listening at doors to detect, is there monsters behind the door? Is the big bad evil guy making plans? That sort of thing. Climbing walls, which can also be trees, pretty much any vertical surface. And then the backstab. So, listening at doors also can be, windows, something like that. Now that it doesn't, climbing walls assumes that, it's not completely smooth, that there's cracks or ledges or, something to get hand and toeholds in. Okay, now the backstab. It's striking a blow from behind. The damage at first level is twice normal. It's from first to fourth level. At fifth level, it becomes triple damage. At ninth level, quadruple damage. And quintuple damage at level 13. Now that also, by striking by surprise from behind, it also adds a +4 to hit. Now there you have some additional abilities. All thieves have a language called Thieves Can't. And that's just ways of, language a thief could use to recognize other thieves. It's going to be limited mainly to, information on, thieving, thief targets, all that sort of thing. Now at 4th level, the thief becomes able to read extra languages. They have a 20% chance, and that increases by 5% with each additional level until 80% probability is attained. It enables possible reading of instructions and treasure maps without having to resort to a magic item. At 10th level, these are able to decipher magical writings and can actually use scrolls, some scrolls. Mainly magic user scrolls. Because they don't fully understand it, there's a 25% chance that it's going to be misunderstood, and it's possible. Depending on the level of the spell and everything, it could actually reverse the intent, or like a fireball, as we call it, ground zero. Drop the fireball at your feet. That sort of thing. I've actually had that occur to a thief character of mine. Now, thieves do not build strongholds as other classes do. They can, however, build a fortified building, a small castle type, for their own safety. But it has to be within, or not more than, a mile from a city or a town. 10th level greater, a thief character can use that building to set up a headquarters for a thief gang, and he will attract 4 to 24 other thieves. Now, if there's a local thieves guild, that of course is going to make them angry, and bad things can happen. And once begun, that warfare will only end when and if the master thieves of either side or both sides are all dead, or if the PC moves to decides to move everything to another location. Now, in first edition, base chances were by level. Second edition thieves actually got to where they could put points into different skills. So, that's one of the major differences there. Now, the Thief Acrobat was introduced in the Unearthed Arcana, and if any of you ever watched the Dungeons and Dragons cartoon, that was I can't think of her name now, but the character in the fur and that had this magic staff. She was an acrobat. How that works is a thief with a minimum strength of 15 and a minimum dexterity of 16, once they've reached 5th level, can become a thief acrobat. Now, they stop practicing their pickpockets, open locks, find traps, remove traps, and they don't gain any more skill in that. So where they're at 5th level is where they're at. And they don't gain the read magic ability. They're not, of course, the skills aren't forgotten, so they still can function somewhat in those areas. Any race could become a thief acrobat, just as thieves. And thief acrobats with strength and dexterity of 16 or higher do get the 10% bonus. Um, Once they have reached 6th level, the character desiring to specialize as a thief acrobat must seek out another character already in that profession to train him. The established thief acrobat must be at least 10th level, and it's going to require 6 weeks of training to learn the basic skills needed. The major skills of a thief acrobat are tightrope walking, pole vaulting, jumping, and tumbling. In addition, they they retain all this everything they acquired through 5th level. And the ability to climb walls still increases with their experience level. Now tightrope walking assumes the character will use this means to cross from place to place. Maximum of a 45-degree angle can be used to ascend, or a slightly steeper angle could be used to descend. And there's some other limitations on that. Pole vaulting, basically you need a pole or springboard, something to help you, get the oomph. Jumping just includes all unassisted leaps. High jump, broad jump. Tumbling, that's, pretty self-explanatory. And it can be used in attack. And, there is a possibility it'll increase their hand-to-hand. Evasion, they have a chance to evade attacks directed at them. And if they fall, they have a chance to take damage, not take damage, And that, again, is kind of by level. Beyond that, they're treated as a thief, including gaining followers, special abilities, setting traps, so on. And they'll belong to the local thieves guild. They're just like regular thieves, or trying to. So really, that's all there. I've never run an actual thief acrobat myself. I've done regular thieves. I've done multi-class thieves. And thieves can be an interesting character to run. There's a lot of ways. You don't just have to be your typical thief. Sometimes you can hide in the open, so to speak. Be a con man. Or, adventurer just who uses their skills only in dungeons and that. They don't try to steal from people. Or just the opposite, There's all kinds of possibilities. So, and with that, my next video, I think we'll be discussing the alignments. A little more in depth. So thank you all for joining me. If you like my content, as always, please, leave a like, Subscribe if you haven't. Tell your friends so they may enjoy my content. And as always, please, leave a comment. If you like what I do, let me know. If you don't care for my content, be polite, but let me know. If you wanted to talk about your favorite D&D character or your favorite D&D game, hey, I always enjoy reading that. So with that, I will wish you all a great day, and we'll be back soon.